Go ahead and get the presentation rolling for us on the right screen. Hopefully everyone is doing well. We're excited to be here. We have with us Mike Carr, our president. Brian is with us. You all know him already. Greg, our COO, Mitch, our Chief Innovation Officer, and Jason, our CFO, and myself, Jen, the Chief Marketing Officer. So really looking forward to our time today. Quick overview of the agenda. We're going to give a little overview about Naviant. That's going to be Mike Carr. Greg is going to jump into support services, this new resource and a customer success advisor that you will have. Mitch is going to tackle the innovation team. Jason is going to take over for account setup and make sure you have all those questions answered. And then I'll jump in at the end and just share some of the extra educational resources you have now that you're part of Naviant. So please put your questions into the chat. Everyone is muted at this time, but we will go ahead and answer all of those at the end. So with that, I will turn it over to Brian to share his wisdom.
Thanks. I want to welcome all of our CPT customers to Naviant. This was a long process, but Barry and I worked really hard to make sure that we found a company that would want to employ all of our employees in the whole technical team that Jimmy and Barry have run, and also all of our customers. And we felt that Naviant provided the kind of customer support that we do. And so we felt that it was a really good fit. I met the CEO, Mike Carr, about 10 years ago. And privately, I've been thinking this is the company that we want to sell to when Barry and I are ready to go. We're both going to stick around for a while, but all of the CPT technical folks are employed at Naviant now, so it should be business as usual. And hopefully today you'll learn a lot about who they are and what additional resources they bring. So I'm going to pass it over to Mike Carr, my friend, and get out of the way.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. Really excited to welcome Brian and Barry, their entire team, and all the CPT clients to the Naviant family. As Brian mentioned, we've known each other for a decade and have been friends and have gotten to know each other and our companies. And he's known and I've known that we would be a great fit together. And so really excited to have it happen, and excited to share a little bit about Naviant. And so first, what do we do? What's our technology ecosystem? Of course, you all are familiar with probably two main platforms, AnyDoc on the intelligent document processing side of the equation, IDP, and so you'll hear us probably reference that from time to time throughout the presentation, and then OnBase. And I'm happy to say that we are very, very familiar with both those platforms. And as we'll talk about a little bit later, we're a long-time top partner of Highland. And so we really solid in those capabilities. But in addition to that, we really view intelligent automation solutions as you look at this graphic, you can kind of see all the technologies that we use to build solutions for our clients. And so we're just absolutely thrilled to bring these capabilities, these solutions to you. And we can go to the next slide, and you can see our technology partners, of course, Highland, supporting the primarily the AnyDoc and the OnBase platforms, but also we will be a leader with the Highland Content Innovation Cloud, which is really their AI-enabled technology suite that is being rolled out right now. We are a top partner of Abby, primarily in that IDP space, and UiPath, which is agentic AI and RPA and process orchestration. I like to show this slide because it really demonstrates our deep connection with these really important software technology partners, and we are a top partner of each one of these. When we're a top partner, the reason we really value that position is it allows us to do more for our clients. Always say the phone rings a little different at Highland when we call, because we're such a large partner of theirs, and the same can be said for Abby and UiPath. And so we're just happy that we can use these partnerships to bring great value to our clients. And we can go to the next slide. A little bit about our customer list. We support about 500 customers, and primarily in 3 industry verticals: the public sector space, the healthcare space, payer and provider, and the commercial space. And you can see just a small sampling of some of the clients that we support. And so we're, again, incredibly excited to welcome new clients to the Naviant family. On the employee side of things, we have about 160 team members. So we have a very deep bench, a very capable bench. We have a work from anywhere philosophy at Naviant. So we employ team members from coast to coast in Canada, which allows us to really recruit and retain the best and the brightest. It's worked very well for us, and I think you'll see that demonstrated in the coming months and years as you deal with team members throughout our organization. In terms of our vision and kind of how we look at business for our clients, and so if we go to the next slide, our vision is reimagine work to deliver exceptional outcomes. And we really take that to heart. I mean, we've got a great solution set, so we can be very creative in the solutions that we build for our clients, and really allowing us to reimagine and allowing our clients to reimagine how they can do work better to drive exceptional outcomes. It's also on the mission side of things. The words I want to focus on here are: we want to be your most trusted partner, and we work really, really hard at that, and we take that very seriously throughout the organization. So we just, besides providing great client support and great client success for your organizations, we really strive to be your most trusted partner when it comes to automation. And lastly, our values. We take our company's built on these values. The ones that I'll just highlight: respect, really important, especially when it comes to communication. I think you'll find open, honest, and professional communication. That's how we communicate within our company, and it's how we like to work with our clients as well. Innovation is really the cornerstone of who we are, and technology is changing very rapidly right now, especially in the automation space, especially when you layer in AI and the capabilities of AI and how you can leverage AI to drive automation at our companies. And so innovation is a key value that we treasure. And last, growth. We are a growth-oriented company, and we do that really for the benefit of our clients, our team members, and our communities. And so growth is very important for us as well. With that, I look forward to meeting you in the future, and I'm going to turn it over to Greg Albert, our Chief Operating Officer.
Good morning, everyone. Excited to get to work with you, excited to help care for your solutions, and really excited to have Barry, Jimmy, and the rest of the technical folks on the team, really just adding more value to your solutions. So I wanted to start with an overview of Navient services, and really how we look at it is first an advise feature. And advise is focused on process consulting. We want to first make sure that we are designing the right process and finding the right technology to meet your needs. The next is deliver. That's a deployment of solutions. So we will have project managers, consultants, engineers deploy your AnyDoc solution or any of your future state solutions. Operate, that's really taking the day-to-day admin of your solution and making sure that we handle that. And then support. Support is that tier 2 support that we have 24/7. In case something happens, we are there to support your admins. But moving on, it's important to see a face to a name. You see myself on the left-hand side of your screen. Next is Nick. He oversees our customer support team. Jeff oversees our managed service team. Sharice, who oversees our delivery and deployment implementation teams. And then finally, Mike Soul, who oversees our customer success. That is a relatively new team, but a really important team. It's really the best friend for the customer, really your person whenever you have a question, comment, or need anything. But let's get into some of the more pressing matters about customer support. We have over 100 certified personnel here at Naviant on AnyDoc, other Highland Solutions, Abby, UiPath, as Mike was mentioning earlier. We have that support available 24/7. Now, our standard business hours are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time, but we always have someone on call in case there's an emergency or after hours need. Our support commitment is to triage your issues within 1 hour and provide follow-ups as regularly as possible. If it's a high or urgent issue, we want to go ahead and just hop on a phone and let's just stay on the phone until we resolve your problem. If it's a medium or lower priority issue, every 24, 48 hours, we expect an update out to you to make sure that you are seeing the progress that we expect. Customer happiness. This is something I want to sit on for one moment, and you will get surveys after every single encounter with a Naviant support rep or after your projects. Mike and I review these every week, and we want to see a 5 out of 5. If we don't, we want to know why. What can we do better to enhance the service that we provide you? And then moving forward, you're going to have multiple ways to contact us for support. There's a phone number, email, which is support@navient.com. You can go ahead and send in any support requests to there, and it'll get to the appropriate team. Customer portal access, which I'll show in a few minutes, as well as a live chat. But starting with that live chat, if you go out to Naviant.com and go over to customer support, you're going to see that we have a live chat feature. You fill in a few critical fields, and then you're chatting with one of our live agents here. This is really great for those simple questions, or probably the more, I need a response code or something that's not going to get in depth. That being said, if we have a more in-depth issue, we're throwing errors, we need to have screenshots, I want to point you to the customer portal, which is on the next slide. You'll see if you go to Naviant.com, you can access our customer portal. You can log with a lot more information regarding your support issue, and then you'll be able to track it via our portal. Now, you all have access to our portal if you'd like. What I ask is if you'd like to sign up for it, just contact support@navient.com and just put in a request you want portal access, and we'll go ahead and get that taken care of for you. Other thing I want to talk about is Naviant's support offering. So Naviant has an enhanced support offering. It provides tier 2 support. So that is providing unlimited support to admins you may have at your organization to support them. It also provides upgrade support up to 35 hours each year, comprehensive audit, check-ins, access to webinars. And the thing I'm most excited about as new Naviant customers, you get a complimentary first year of that enhanced support. So your admins will have that tier 2 support as needed for that first year complimentary. As we move forward, I want to touch on a few more areas of our services. First is that managed services. How we look at managed services is you get a dedicated rep, a dedicated person and team to your organization. They are focused on your ongoing success and growth. That could be as simple as like a level 1 where we're doing some admin level services and really just being your day-to-day admin of your solution, to level 2 where we're doing consulting and road mapping and really helping you guide on the intelligent automation and automation journeys. And in level 3, where we're going through and continuously deploying and making automation updates at your organization. We have engagement managers, consultants, engineers. They're all named resources for you if you choose to go down the path of managed services. The other team I'd love to highlight is our delivery team. This is for any net new deployments of your solutions. We assign a project manager to every engagement. It keeps it on track, on budget, on time. And we also have consultants that start out those projects as designing the solution. We don't want to have random acts of technology here. We want to make sure that the technology that we select and the technology we choose is going to fit the business process and work well for you. And then finally, our architect team comes in to deploy those solutions. Finally, we're going to talk about our customer success advisors, and that's really that BFF team, that best friend forever for you, for the customer, and it's focused on your success and growth. How do you work with your CSA? It's going to be any organizational goals, any automation roadmaps, upgrades or add-ons if you have a desire for those, escalations, and really any questions. That's what that CSA is there for. But with that, I'm very excited to work with you and the rest of the team. And next up is Mitch with innovation.
Hey, Mitch, we actually can't hear you. No, we cannot. You can give him a little bit of time to troubleshoot. We could always skip ahead to something else too and come back to him, but let's give you a minute. Let's see. All right, I will jump ahead actually while we are troubleshooting Mitch. Let me just quickly work through those slides and we'll have Jason actually. I'll pull you up on stage. You can go and we'll troubleshoot with Mitch.
Sounds good. I'll dive into the accounting stuff when probably what you really wanted to hear is more about the innovation, but this is some of the necessary activity, and I see some questions in the chat, so we'll definitely answer a lot of those. So onboarding with accounting. I think the theme for the 2 quick slides that I'm gonna cover is really what Brian shared, is it's gonna be business as usual. First, wanted to kind of share the team, to put some faces with the names that you're gonna be interacting with as you onboard and over the course of a relationship. And if you flip to the next slide, kind of what to expect. So shortly after this webinar, you're going to receive a welcome email from the Naviant accounting team. It's going to contain our W-9, our standard terms and conditions, and just kind of a welcome from the accounting side of things. And if there are certain things that you need from us, like vendor onboarding, IT security, whatever it is, you can respond back to that purchasing@navient.com email address. It's a monitored inbox. You're going to get a prompt response, and they'll guide kind of whatever you need from your onboarding of us as a vendor to the right people. And over time, again, if you do have any questions and need anything really around kind of accounting or that type of thing, that purchasing@navient.com is a great source for that. And what we found out is going through paperwork, most companies will just go with the Naviant standard terms and conditions. We do know that maybe there was something unique or already agreed to on the customer's paperwork, and then we'll work to get an assignment. So we've handled it all. So just let us know what you need and we'll work through that. Kind of moving forward on a go-forward basis, working with your sales team and the accounting team here. Any statements of work, they're going to be worked with that team. We do use DocuSign, so you'll receive an email whenever there's something to execute or process through that. Invoicing, probably much like you're used to expecting, kind of typically around that renewal cadence. About 90 days prior, you'll receive a quote kind of showing here's all of what you have with your solution. If everything looks good, we'll then follow up with an invoice in the coming weeks for that. And then, yeah, so I guess really any ever questions, anything you ever need, this team is here to help and support you. So just let us know at that purchasing@navient.com email. And with that, I'm going to hand it likely to Jen to talk about some extras that Naviant offers, and then hopefully we'll get the innovation team up and running for you at the end.
Looks like I'm being thrown back on stage. All right, there we are. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm here to introduce you to our innovation team, and we're a small group with a big purpose, and we want to help you drive innovation from within your organization. We know that in the world of workflow automation and data, there are always a few really tough, sticky business challenges, and we're here to provide that fresh perspective with you. We want to dive in your most complex problems, help you find new ways to drive value, boost operational efficiency, and build a new strategic advantage, especially with the new technologies that are coming into the enterprise in the coming years. We're driven by really one core vision, and that is to build solutions that wow our customers. And I just want to step back and provide a bit of an anecdote. And the other morning, I was out for a jog and I saw an advertisement. And the focus was on the. Can you go to the next slide, Jen? And focus on the brand promises here for a second. Signing up for insurance takes seconds, and file a claim directly from your phone. As consumers or constituents, we are slowly being conditioned to expect every digital interaction to be fast, easy, and to a high degree self-service. And it's pretty obvious that you can only deliver on these promises through automation and AI. We're truly at a critical juncture in the evolution of enterprise tech. Think about the advent of computing, then the internet, then mobile, and now AI. Each of these represented a fundamental step change, unlocking immense value in reshaping industries in ways that we couldn't have fully imagined at their outsets. We encourage you to recognize the transformative power that was unlocked with each of these shifts and understand that we are in the midst of another one right now. And the data underscores just how rapidly the landscape is changing. 92% of companies plan to increase their AI spend in the next 3 years. 47% of C-suite leaders say that their companies are moving too slowly. 70% of employees say Gen AI changed 30% or more of their work. Now, many of us are using these tools already, whether it's Microsoft Copilot, OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and others. And those who are touching and feeling have this palpable sense that change is here. And those who embrace all of this change will be the ones that will lead their organizations to new heights. That's internally within your orgs, and their organizations themselves to be industry leaders. Now, I spend about half of my time talking with customers about these exact topics. And many of our customers have developed great intuition on where these tools can be applied. Recently, I was speaking with a chief medical officer of a small healthcare provider. It's a wound care clinic, and he spends more than half of his time auditing medical records for Medicare reimbursement. He simply sits there and follows a 55-point checklist for each patient that is treated in his facilities. This is the essence of low-value work. This highly trained individual should be spending more time interacting with patients, developing unique treatments, and expanding his business, not checking the work of his staff. So he came to us with a challenge. Build me a tool that can intelligently search a medical record for these 55 items. With him, we've been exploring a number of different routes, both with an external partner and also a Naviant solution. These are the exact types of conversations we would like to have with all of you. Now, Jen also flashed another slide. Let's go to the next one, about another really interesting use case where we are currently developing a solution. It's for a county clerk, and they are responsible for managing the e-filing platform for their justice system. And they have a 10-person team that is manually coding over 100,000 documents that get entered into the court management system on any given year. Their business problem, their business pain that they're experiencing is that it's a slow and error-prone process. And they also are anticipating retirements in the coming years, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to backfill those positions simply because nobody wants to do this work. So they came to us and said, hey, can you help us build a classification engine to help us automate most of the documents that are coming through our system? So we evaluated a handful of technologies, and we selected one that integrates their court management system with their document management system that leverages these LLM capabilities, those that can truly process unstructured content to do the classification. We anticipate upon completion of this project that 80% of those documents that flow into this e-filing platform will be automatically classified and routed to the correct party, reducing the work queues that are ever growing, reducing the amount of errors within the system, and frankly, better serving the constituents of their county. I want to highlight, the state of the technology today, that these multimodal LLMs, as they're called, can reason like humans. And that's where the great potential lies. You can go to the next slide, Jen. So how do we view the world? There are a few fundamental building blocks that you have to get correct before you can move into full-fledged automation. And that really, one of those core building blocks is data. Now, I flashed here a quote from the CEO of Highland, one of our core technology partners, where he highlights just how important content, or data is just another way of describing it, is foundational to digital transformation. And we're defining the possibilities by both transforming content management into content innovation. So what does this mean? We all know that there are troves of information, valuable information, that lives within our organization. Organizing it, having the correct technology and the correct processes are also critically important to unlocking all of this value that this new technology represents. The other building block, as it relates to automation within your organization, or building process, having robots and workflow automation tools that are moving work from point A to point B. Now, design and architecture become critically important, but having the tools to be able to do it and execute on that are also critically important. And I do want to flash another quote from the CEO of UiPath about how this is just another core technology that can be leveraged in an appropriate way within your organization to drive value. Daniel says, robots gave us technology to emulate how people do repetitive work. With agentic automation, this is the first time in history we have access to technology that starts to truly emulate the human mind. And UiPath is using this right brain, left brain metaphor in talking about the type of work and the type of tasks that are being performed. There are some that are very low value and just repetitive. And there are those that require a bit of creativity. And how do you insert that into an organization or into a workflow requires just as much, it's just as much as a science as it is an art. And our innovation team is really here to help you reason through how to bring these types of innovations into your organization. So I want to leave you today with a few questions as you think about where you are organizationally. One is, where do I have humans doing things? This is a great place to start to figure out where you can start to layer in these new tools. Ask simple questions like, how would you like it to be done? If you had a magic button, or do you have a sticky note of dreams? It's really a good guide when thinking about where to begin. The second one that you need to ask yourself, do I have a roadmap? Do I know where I'm going? This could be at the corporate level. Do we have an AI strategy? Do we have a center of excellence? Have we thought about governance? Have we thought about those high impact use cases, or those quick wins that we're trying to go after? Having a roadmap is critical in terms of being able to execute upon your vision. And lastly, where do I go for inspiration? Now, I think Jen is going to present some of the materials that we do and some of the events that we host. But I also want to point out that Naviant itself, this innovation team, is really here to help you think through sort of these big, dicey problems. And that's really our core vision. And with that, I will pass it back to Jen.
Great. Thank you so much, Mitch. A lot to think about there for new customers to Naviant, but really exciting things. I mean, that sticky note of dreams is from an actual customer that mentioned that in a call that we kind of said, what is your vision? Everyone has one. It's right now it can become reality with some of the tools and services and resources Naviant has available to you. So with that, I just wanted to introduce you to the marketing team. You'll hear from us inviting you to all of the great educational opportunities, but look forward to interacting with all of you soon. Wanted to point out our resource library. Our website was just completely redone a month ago, actually. So our blog posts a couple articles every week on there. So if you're looking for a resource to learn about all of the new innovations and stay up to speed, it's written in a very digestible format, and it is absolutely cutting edge. So I encourage you to check out the blog on our website. Again, it's naviant.com. Go across the top, click on the blog. The resource section has a ton of amazing content in there as well, that is filterable by whatever area you're looking to learn about. It's also very industry heavy. You can sort by different industries. And then there's a lot of customer stories out there. If you want to hear what other customers are doing that are similar to your business, I encourage you to check out the stories library, which is across the top, or it can be found in the resources as well. I mentioned the blog. We also do a monthly newsletter to customers. I encourage you to subscribe to that. You can do so right on the website as well. We host monthly webinars. We call them insider sessions because they're only for customers to attend. So I know we have some on agentic automation. Mitch kind of teased it today, that left brain, right brain. It's pretty incredible technology. So if you're just looking for kind of an intro to that, you need to know nothing going into it. There is one coming up in August and September. So encourage you to find those. Those again are on our website under events, but you should receive an email about them as well. But you can self-serve those. LinkedIn, we're very active on there. Again, just from a thought leadership perspective, you'll find a lot of content on our LinkedIn page. You can follow us on LinkedIn. Point you to Naviant.com again. You scroll all the way to the bottom. There's the LinkedIn link and also a YouTube link. A ton of great video content out there from Naviant as well. I'll just mention a few. This is the link, the YouTube page. There's a variety of different playlists out there for anything that you're looking for, really. There's customer stories. Every customer story that we've done that's a video is out there under this customer stories playlist. There's a variety of training videos out there. There's a specific on-base track for anyone that has on-base on this call. I'm sure there's AnyDoc things out there as well. So I encourage you to check out that YouTube channel. Here are some teases for what's coming up. The left side is the webinars I was mentioning about that RPA and agentic automation. On the right side, we do host live events in person. So if any of you have UiPath as a technology, we will be at the UiPath conference. We are a major sponsor at that event this year. So reach out to Brian or Barry and let's connect at that event if you're going to be there. We also host these automation days, intelligent automation days in 5 different markets right now. So the ones we have coming up the rest of the year are Madison, Wisconsin, Syracuse, New York, and Tallahassee, Florida. So if you're anywhere near those areas, you should absolutely mark your calendar and put those on it to join us. And then if you're in Wisconsin or Nevada and you are government, we are at these large trade shows, this GovTech Summit. It's kind of the go-to trade show for that government space. I mentioned our Reimagine. This just happened, so you missed out on it, but you can still go view all of the content. You can find that on our website. Just search Reimagine. But it is a 2-day event. It is free for our customers. It is exclusive to customers of Naviant that can attend. It is 2 days of hearing customers talk about what they are doing with the different technologies that we offer. And it's incredible. Our customers absolutely love this. It drives them to continue to be part of Naviant. So that will be coming up again next year. You missed the one in June, but you can go up and check out the agenda, watch any of the sessions as well. From a Highland perspective, Community Live is coming up in the next 2 weeks. We do actually have a few free passes available. If you were on the fence about going and that was a deterrent, talk to Brian. He can get you a pass to go. It is August 25th through the 28th. It's going to be an incredible event, heavily focused on the future of Highland and CIC, but they are bringing everyone along that path. So there will be something truly for everyone at this event. I mentioned the Fusion event. This is UiPath's new event. They're elevating it from what they've done in the years past. But if you have UiPath, or if it's something you are headed down, absolutely join us at that event. We will be there in a big way. So with that, I thank everyone for joining us. I will pull everyone back on stage in case there are any questions that did not get answered, but you can see all of our smiling faces again. I will stick around for a few more minutes to make sure there's no questions that come up, but if you do have any additional questions, please drop them in the chat or feel free to reach out to any of us and get those answered. I see Chad posted one in the chat. I don't know if Mitch or Greg, you want to take that one. Remember, you're muted, so.
Yeah, I got you. So no, and Chad, I would say right now nothing changes. Right now, you're going to continue to work with the same technical team for the support that you have today. Without speaking as to how your solution's hosted, I doubt anything will change there, but that's something that we can follow up on after this call with Jimmy and Barry. But yeah, and then with a roadmap, that's something that Mitch and the innovation team would love an opportunity to have a conversation with you as to what are your goals for automation.
Thanks, Greg. Great. Well, I do not see any other questions. So again, if you think of any, please reach out. If you have Brian's contact information, he's a great starting point and he can point you to all of us for the right answers. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day.